Hello, folks. Tim Tunnicliffe here on the Great Rugger Run, end of day 13. It has been a long few days here on the Great Rugger Run. A massive day, 61 Ks a couple of days ago, then followed by a couple of very, very hilly 40 pluses. Brutal, absolutely brutal, but I'm still alive. And we're here at Blackwood Rugby Club to speak to some people about their wonderful clubhouse here. Just going to point out the amazing stand through there. You can just about see it. Lovely area here. That's cut into like the hillside, and it provides like a real natural kind of stadium feel to it. It's great. Just before we go in, just a reminder, everything I'm doing here is for the My Name's Doddy Foundation, the For Ed campaign for Ed Slater, and the Freddie Crisp Trust to get some money for those guys who are suffering from MND. Yeah, and also I'd like to thank Halbro for providing this kit for me, so I look somewhat respectable as I go around all these rugby clubs. It's been an epic day today. I've visited, I think, 10 clubs, and there's been loads of people come out to see me. So thank you to everybody for doing that. And now let's go in to the Blackwood Rugby Club. Oh, God, I nearly smashed the door then. That would have been embarrassing, wouldn't it? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's go and see if we can find somebody to talk to about Blackwood Rugby Club. Here we go. It's Matt here.
Welcome to Blackwood.
Thank you. What's your name and what do you do here?
Bruce Penfold, currently the club treasurer and club president.
Amazing. Two roles in one?
2 roles in one, that's right, yeah. Keeps me out of mischief.
I'm sure that's not true. Right, okay. Let's go and look at some of the memorabilia in here, because there's a ton of stuff.
Apologise, it's in the middle of being refurbished, so we've got a lot of memorabilia here, but it hasn't all been laid out now. In the next couple of days it'll all be finished off. But
yeah, let's show the empty cases first, because they got some really nice plush. What would you call that on the backdrop?
Okay. I don't know. With that, it's good material. I know it's very fast.
Nice material.
Let's go
look at the caps first. So let's come over here. I'll show the people first. There you go. Nice collection of caps here. And tell me about some of these, Bruce.
Well, they're mainly Monmouthshire County caps in the main. There is one there recently donated to us. One of our players. Well, we've had 2 players who played for the Wales Deaf Rugby Union. So that's Dan Valery, and he's gave us a cap. He played very recently now, but
okay, good stuff. And yeah, we'll show it. Look, this is.
How can I say it? It looks like a big rubbish tip, but I tell you, there's some very priceless shirts in there and international shirts which have been donated to us over the years. So we'll have them all up and running now in the next couple of days.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time to visit all these clubs, because all the work's happening right now. This is what you don't normally see. During the season, all of this will be finished and done. So it's so interesting to see all the work that people like Bruce do behind the scenes to make these rugby clubs so special.
We've got a good band here of volunteers. We've got a healthy committee. I think we've got about 18 on our committee at the moment, and they all help in different forms and fashions. So we're thankful for that. It makes running this club a lot easier, and it is a large club. Plenty to be doing all the time, and we've got we're running about 14 teams, from tiny tots through youth team, mini junior section, of course, 10 teams there. Got ladies team, a first team, senior team, and fingers crossed we're hoping to have a second team running this season.
Amazing. That is a proper full club. And talking of running rugby clubs, we're going to show you a picture now of somebody who I believe has done a huge amount for this club. So
Owen Parfitt. Owen, I think he probably came to us in about 1957, played for us several years. He was club captain, and then he went on, had many offices in the club, culminating, he was our club chairman for 32 years. 32 years without any break. and I think that must be a bit of a Welsh record. And he then became our president. Sadly, he passed away about 4 years ago. But what you see here, the whole of our clubhouse outside the ground, the stand and everything, he's always been the driving force. Without him, we would never have had these facilities. Highly regarded by everyone. He was also our district chairman for many years, and also the WRU over the years have called on him on several occasions to act as a liaison officer when we've had, touring overseas teams, including, I think he was liaison officer when the All Blacks came over the youth team and for the World Cup, some years ago.
So a
It's
proper
all
rugby
down
man.
to it. Another thing I just point out now, that painting was he was an art teacher, local art teacher, and when he passed away, there was a gentleman called Mr. Carroll, who's an artist, local artist, who Owen taught him in school, and he came along and he presented us with that magnificent portrait there he gave us two. One is now with the family. This one is now on display in the clubhouse. And when you look at it, if you walk back and forth, I call this the Mona Lisa. Because you can see his eyes staring at us. So you move over here now, this part of the room. He's following you. See?
Yeah.
And you go that way now. He's got his beady eyes on you.
Watching us the whole
So-
way.
He's looking down on us now
Yeah.
as we speak.
In fact, I'm going to do that with the camera as well. See if we can get that effect.
Yeah. It's uncanny.
He's watching you.
Creepy too.
Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. So that's Owen. Let's have a look in this cabinet now.
That's right.
So we're just going to put this show.
The two blazers there, they're really the jewels in the crown. They're both British Lions blazers. We've got Alan Lewis, who he went out with the British Lions to, where they go? They went out to Australia and New Zealand. And he also had several caps, a scrum half for Wales in the 60s. But also on the same tour was Alan Pask. Alan Pask, famous captain in the 60s of the Welsh team. Alan went out with he went out in 62 to South Africa, and he also then went out in 66 with our Alan. And they're both gentlemen. Spent Alan is a Blackwood born and bred, and after he retired, he came and he'd been a committee member. I think he was our chairman when we had our centenary going back in 1988, I think. So he masterminded that. Alan is still with us, fortunately, and I mean he's still active with us, helping us raising funds. He runs the 100 Club along. So they were both Abertillery. We got a strong connection with Abertillery because they both played for Abertillery for the bulk of their careers. Alan's also got a brother, Malcolm, his brother's recently retired as our physio. Malcolm also played for Abertillery. And also we got Brian Wilkins, who helps out on the 100 Club, and he was an Abertillery player as well. And they between the four of them, they've given many years of good service to Welsh rugby, and particularly rugby in this local community.
Just going to show this cap as well up here, because that looks ancient. How old do we think that one is?
That's 20 years old. If Alan was here, he could probably identify it for me. I think it was presented to him when he was out with the British Lions in '66, presented by a local club, and you can see it's a very, very old cap, donkey's years old.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go on
Right.
into the corridor, which is absolutely rammed with all kinds of memorabilia. We'll just
That's the one again. Also, I forgot to mention, he was awarded the BEM several years ago for his services to sport.
Right.
That's just how how well regarded he was at it, thought of by everybody. I used to look upon Owen. He was always great. Always, he was always astute and full of knowledge, and it should be a pleasure to be in his company.
Yeah.
Marvelous guy.
Okay. Wonderful stuff. Let's move onwards, and we're going to go left down this corridor. I want to pick this one out because I just
Alan Pass scored a try. Where was it? I think it was when he was played against, maybe in the eighth, when he scored his try against England. Yeah,
magical finish, that one. And there's a load of pictures here which we're going to talk about in a second. So what are these?
Yeah, all these are our players over the years who've played. Many of them have played 300 plus games, and then they were presented with their caps. You can see there's quite a few there. These young gentlemen now on the top. There's 4 lads. They've all come through a mini junior and youth section, and the 4 of them in the last couple of years have all represented Wales at under 20s level. You've got 2 brothers there, Evan, Morgan, Lloyd, Jake, Hope, and you got Joe Westwood. And then on the end there, a couple of lads from around 16s who played for the Wales Rugby League team as well. So, we must be doing something right in the mini and junior section.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, let's move onwards. Good stuff. That was it, wasn't it, on this side? I think we'll go to this side now because there's a load of really cool memorabilia here. But the one that we're going to pick out is going to be this one here because I just love this poster.
Carry on, sir. Inspection.
Yeah, so tell me about this poster, Bruce.
Back in 1905, long before my time. Oh, quite before my time. I mean, was obviously played Tredegar. It's about 10 miles up the road. And we had a fixed against Tredegar United. 21st of January, which is my birthday. But I wasn't around then in 1905.
Your actual birthday, was it?
Mission the princely sum of threepence. I don't know, it would be about penny or 2 penny now in whatever. Hello.
Busy club today, which is
busy at the moment.
Oh, now this is absolutely magical here. So
the grand match to commemorate the opening of our dressing rooms at the time was back in 1979. Blackwood, we played an international 15, and if you look at their starting lineup, everyone a Welsh international and also a British Lion.
Do you want to pick out a few names from that?
You got the famous Pontypool front row: Tony Faulkner, Bobby Windsor, Graham Price, Phil Bennett, JPR Williams, Ray Gravel from Llanelli, and then you've got Jeff Squire, who went on to play. He was a Welsh captain. Terry Cobner, who's recently been, only in the last few days, appointed now as chairman of the Welsh Rugby Union.
Amazing. Did you beat them? Did you beat them?
I don't know the score. I think it was pretty close. It was
respectable.
Only a couple of points in it. Yeah.
What a day. Okay, let's move onwards. What else is that? I mean, there's absolutely tons of stuff down here. Oh, let's talk about this.
That's our back in the 90s. That was a game masterminded by Owen. We had a stand built there, and that came from a lot of fundraising by our centenary committee. I think it was around about that time, and it was a lot of work, a lot of effort, but it's doing us proud. It is. It's about, I think, 700-800 seater stand.
Yeah, it's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. And I was saying outside how it's amazing how it's cut into the hill there. It makes it seem really at home.
Yeah. Don't look out the place.
Okay, onwards. What was the next thing? Oh, it's this, wasn't it? I love this story.
Please go back to the 80s when, obviously, when it was National Welsh Cup time, and we always, as a minnow club, always like to play one of the big clubs, and we played Abertillery there in 1984. Actually, that was very close. We only lost by a couple of points. That was a good day for the club. And then this one is
This one, let's show the.
yeah,
This is the picture.
Bridgend.
Look what's going on.
The weather was turned against us a couple of days before the game, and we had a certain amount of snow. So the day before, they had a team of about 7,500 people turned up from everywhere and everywhere, and helped us put 10 tons of straw onto the field to protect it, to ensure that the game went ahead. Trouble was, of course, about 3 hours before kickoff, all this had to come off. So we had another army of volunteers then who removed all the straw from us. Unfortunately, we didn't do very well that day. You see there's a gentleman here. He was only 19 at the time, Glenn Webb. He got 6 strikes against us. But then he went on and he played for Wales. He had about 10 caps, I think.
Yeah.
For Wales, yeah.
But I love stories like that when
Yeah.
it's so much effort to get a game on. It's just amazing. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's go into this room.
This is our function room. Say it's our breadwinner in many ways because it lends itself, as you can see, it's quite big. We can seat about 180 people here, and we have regular, at least once a month. We have one of our own events, the club, organised by the club. We got a strong entertainments committee headed up by Phil Gwelt, and we have like tribute bands and such like. And in between then, private parties. As you can imagine, last Saturday with the international against South Africa, this room was full watching the game. You know, it was it's a good asset for the club.
Yeah, it's a fabulous space. And I just want to point something out here. Like, I can touch the ceiling, and a low ceiling for me means it means.
Can't.
Oh, I'll get a chair. Hang on. And a low ceiling just means it like a really good atmosphere for me. So what is it like in here when there's like a big match on or?
It's great. It is. It's not just this room. We've got a sports bar and a lounge, and especially when it's Wales v England, the enemy, you can imagine everybody is raring to go. The clubhouse can be quite full. Yeah, it's always a good payday for the club on international days.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to say about the club at all? Any further bit?
Just to say the club's doing well. This place we're in here now, we purchased it it was about 25 years ago. It was formerly the old Wales Gas service station, and they moved out, so this place came up for sale. At the time, we were just up the road about 100 yards. Our clubhouse, it was the old. We've been there since the 60s, and it was the old police station. We had many lovely events there, but it was too small for us. We were bursting at the seams, so we had the opportunity to purchase this. Thanks to the Welsh Rugby Union, they lent me because we didn't have the money. They lent us the money. We also borrowed some money from the local district council. Worked out a 10-year repayment program. So it's 20 years ago now, and we're doing all right. We've owned this property now, the clubhouse, change rooms, the stand out there, lock, stock and barrel. And
it was a good investment. It was a good investment.
Oh yeah, well done. And again, it's all down to the foresight of that gentleman, Owen Parfitt. The whole club is really indebted to him. And yeah.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Final word about Owen, which is just perfect. So thank you, Bruce. I'm going to go and finish this video off now.
Wish you well now with the rest.
Yeah.
Off down towards Cardiff tomorrow, isn't it? It's a minute down in Cardiff.
Something like that. Right, there we go. This is Blackwood Rugby Club, and that was just fantastic. There's so much good stuff in here. And the other rooms as well, which are currently being used for functions right this moment. It is a TARDIS in here, and a lovely club with lovely people. Oh, something we were going to mention as well, which we forgot actually, was the Dragons, the local elite team here. This is Dragons territory, and they had a load of kids out here on the pitch earlier today doing summer skills camp when it was sunny, not rainy as it is now. So we've got some good photos there with those guys, young people enjoying their rugby, which is what it's all about. Once again, this is for the My Name's Doddy Foundation. It's day 13 today, the end of day 13, 12 more days to go, over halfway. It feels like I've broken the back of it. And join me again tomorrow when we'll, as Bruce rightly said, we'll be heading down to Cardiff, and we'll see what we can do then. So take it easy, donate if you can. If you can't, then share it